Hi guys. Now I'm assuming that you know Angular a bit, you know how to declare an Angular app in AngularJS. That's the version 1, and you also know how to write a controller. Now after some time you may realize that your code would get bigger and you may come across services. Services is actually a very beautiful way where we can make our code more modularized. But then why use services when controller can do all the work? So to answer that, I'm making this video, why services? First reason is that services was actually designed so that you can share uh, data in controller. That means if you have declared a variable and you've got some salary, for example, that can be accessed by controller 1 and controller 2. Okay. We'll come to the example. Just let's put the points first. Then the controller was designed actually so that it can handle the model so that the data can be, the model, the data inside it can be uh, showed in the view, the browser. Okay, this is your browser. Okay, the controller was not designed to do all the calculations here. So it was not designed to do all the maths and all the calculation here itself. It was just designed so that it can be used for accessing the data to be shown on the view. Now, uh, for that, what we have is we would like to use services which can do all the math and just give the value here. So if it can do all the math involved in a particular code and change the value so that it can be used here. Now, moving forward, let's look at an example why we would need this. Okay. So let's say that you designed an HTML view, okay, where you have an employee, and when he enters, when he logs in, you show him his salary. Okay, this is an employee page in the office. You show him his salary, and then you also want to say there's a button to calculate the tax, right? So to do that, what you would do is you would write a view which will be, say, your HTML. Okay, this is the home view, and then this is the tax view, right? Now, when an employee logs in, you tell him his salary is, say, some dollars, say $50,000. So how does this work? You have a controller written in your HTML. So you have a controller.js file. Let's have a controller1.js file. And here you make a $HTTP call to the server and get his salary. Okay, let's assume that you got the salary. Now, when you have the salary, say his salary you got as $50,000. Okay, when you got the salary, you can display it here, right? We got the salary and we are showing it up here. Now later on, when we want to calculate the taxes, how do we go ahead and do that? So for the tax, say for example, you have a controller 2. Okay. Now in this controller 2, I want the taxes to be done, and for that I would need the salary. So I come to controller 2 and I need the salary, right? One way to get the salary is to make the $HTTP call again, or use root scope, right? But then we don't use root scope, it's not recommended. So the smarter way is that instead of having HTTP calls happening from your controller.js, what we will do is we'll not do it from here, right? We will use something called services. So we'll create a service, right? And service can make that call, right? And store it in a variable called $salary. Okay, here dollar is the variable, okay, not the currency dollar. Now the $salary or $salary employee, EMP, right? That can be stored in the $salary employee, which can be accessed later by either. So in the beginning, controller 1 makes a call to this, and it probably makes the first call, but then the value is stored here. So it gets back this value, it's sent over. Next time, we just include this service here. say call it service salary. The name of the service is service salary. So if you have the service salary included here, you will get this variable called salary employee. So this is the variable which is salary employee you get here and here if they include the service salary. So if you want to exchange information across controllers, you should use services. And then we have already said that actually controller was not designed to do a lot of computations. You need to keep your controller smaller so that you only work on giving away the data to the view so that you can control the view with the data that you have. All the computations, you pass it on to services. Thank you.